to Stack the Deck with the House of Cards podcast. The show where we break down the art of creative real estate investing. Join us as we dive into the world of real estate with insider tips and tricks for making your investments go further. From buying with no money down to flipping properties for profit, we've got you covered. Plus, stay tuned for expert guest speakers who will share their knowledge and experience in this ever-changing market. So grab a seat and get ready to learn the secrets to success in real estate investing. And now, from Alaska to New York, your hosts, Chris James and Jesse Stanton.
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Oh.
There we
Can you
go.
hear me now?
Yes.
Technical difficulties, guys. Welcome to the show, everyone. Thanks for coming back. We have some special guests on today. Just before I introduce them, or you may or may not know them, but if you guys haven't joined our Facebook group, the House of Cards with Chris James and Jesse Stanton, please do so. We got some phenomenal things going on in there. I know last couple of weeks been kind of crazy due to a lot of traveling. However, we're back in action, and we're ready to do deals and do a lot of great things. So you guys probably wondering who these people are. You may know them, you may not. It all depends. But we got some phenomenal individuals. We have the co-founder of Completely Creative Coordinator, C3, Gita. And we also have amazing Angel, who's an amazing transaction specialist as well. Gita, Angel, welcome. How you guys doing today?
Thank you. Doing fantastic.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate you guys being here. I really do. I know this is going to be a great one because the topic today, as everyone may know, is importance of paperwork and communication, right? So not knowing just the importance of communication and paperwork and having everything kind of coincide, things could go wrong.
Definitely.
We witnessed it, right? Being on either, both ends of it as an investor and a TC. So it's phenomenal to see all these great things happen within real estate. And a lot of people take that as like obstacles, and it is obstacles, right? It's just the way you actually get through them. And I think this is pretty neat because I'm actually super stoked about this topic today. And more so, before we start jumping into it, we got a couple announcements. But before we jump into the announcements, Gita, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. So excited to be here. Chris, thank you for having me on. So as Chris mentioned, I am co-founder of Completely Creative Coordinators. We offer transaction coordinator services nationwide. So what that means is we will handle everything, all your paperwork, all your communication, everything from start to finish of your transaction. A little bit about myself is that I am an investor as well with my husband. We had traditional investments for the last 10 years. And in the last 3 years, we've moved to a creative space, understanding creative financing, creative real estate, and all that. And then Chris and I joined forces, and we now have Completely Creative Coordinators. So it is phenomenal because we understand the investor side. We understand, we have this deal, we need to make it happen. And now on the other side, as a TC, we can help other people to get that to the finish line. So that's a little bit about me.
Absolutely. Now, Angel, what about you? Tell people where you're from and all the great things about you.
Oh, thanks. Well, thank you for having me today, Chris. I'm Angel. I'm actually from Louisville, Kentucky. I do most of my marketing in the Florida market, however. I've been doing it for a couple of years. Just recently, over the last 6 months, I've kind of dived into the creative side of things. I had got my first substitute deal under contract recently. I also just recently acquired an Airbnb in Florida. And of course, I work for these two wonderful people, Gita and Chris, as a transaction specialist. So I too can go through the transaction, not only as a transaction specialist, but as an investor as well. So that's a really unique thing to have the opportunity to work with people who actually invest and know how to get that transaction from beginning to end successfully. And communication and paperwork are, of course, a big part of that. So I'm excited to be here today and to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to getting a transaction from contract to close. So glad to be here with you guys, and hope it's beneficial for everybody today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I just want to get this out there right now. I'm seeing a couple comments come in. So just I may say this a few times out the show. Just want to let you know, if you don't give StreamYard access to view your name, we don't know who we're looking at. It says Facebook user. We'd like to know who you're speaking to and how we can actually help you and or we can guide you into the right direction. But it says I can swim in your pool. I don't know who this is, but welcome to the show.
That can go a lot of ways, right?
Right. James, great seeing you, man. James is a phenomenal individual. He's great. He's a great communicator. He's great at getting things to the finish line. He's a great acquisition guy. If you guys need help far as getting on the phone with sellers, agents, he's a great individual to reach out to him and his phenomenal wife, Carlin. And transparently, I don't even know if this is Carlin uses James's Facebook page or not, but this might be. So yep. Oh, there you go. It's Carlin. Carlin is actually the Facebook user. Come on, you know better. But it's great to see everyone here. So a couple announcements, right? Before we deep dive into this. So C3, Completely Creative Coordinators, we're got a couple great things in the works, right? We are doing extremely well in our business, right? And we want to give back. We want to appreciate everyone that's a lot of our clients, everyone that worked with us from the beginning. We truly appreciate you guys, and we want to start just giving back more. We provide a lot of value on a weekly, daily basis and all that good stuff, but we was trying to think like, how can we really give back more? And we decided that we want to give back by doing your transactions for free. And now what does that look like? So essentially, there's many ways we're going to go about it, but at the same time, I think this could be great for especially a lot of new people or greener individuals and or maybe a seasoned investor who's doing multiple deals because essentially it could be pricey, right? Sometimes it's not affordable for some individuals and or depending on your financial situation, you just can't afford it at that specific time. So what we want to do is give back, and more so we want to literally be able to TC your deal for free from beginning to end. Communicating with literally all parties. If you got a lender involved, we'll take care of that. If you literally got you want to talk to the agent, we'll take care of that situation. Seller as well. So it's just the fact of we really want to give back in a strong way, more so be able to want to get your deal to the finish line. And two, this is actually gearing into our conversation piece today because importance on communication and paperwork is essential in every business, not just in real estate, right? And real estate specifically, 95% of our work is real estate, right? But at the same time, you do get other investors who, especially with Gita's she actually owns a bookkeeping business. She probably could speak to a little bit more than this, but I know she got people who's all over the world bringing their business to her, and they're from different industries, from like the restaurants into like so on. It just. Again, I don't want to step on Gita's toes or anything like that, but she's amazing at what she does. And it's just the fact of communication and paperwork is essential. And I guess let me just jump right into it more so. And guys, stay tuned to the end of how to get the free service. So I do want to ask this, Gita, how do you think people survive without paperwork?
I honestly don't know how they do successfully. No. So paperwork, as Chris said, I do have a nationwide CFO and bookkeeping company, and I have team across the nation as well for that. But paperwork is key. That to me is, you need it written down. You need that formal agreement. You need parties to sign it, and you need all your terms in that paperwork. And so that's why I say I don't know how they survive without it, because there are so many things that can go wrong when you don't have those in place. A lot of our clients, when they're newer to the different types of transactions, we do all the paperwork for them. They tell us what their deal is, and we will draft up their purchase and sale agreement. We will find the escrow, title, or attorney company to work with, and we will open escrow for them. And we see that transaction from start to finish. So any piece of paperwork, any documentation that is needed, we facilitate that and make it happen. Because without those signatures, without that formal agreement, that piece of paper that is notarized, your whole deal can blow up. And in essence, you're opening yourself up to a lot of legal liability.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Freddie, great to see you, man. Great to see you, and please drive safe. Drive safe, and good to see you. Sean Baker says he needed a bookkeeper. Sean, reach out to Gita. She can definitely help you with that. Book a call with her. Her number is right on the screen. I'll bring it right back up. Let me see. Yep. So just reach out to her, and she can definitely get things squared away with you as far as your next steps. I'm not for sure what that looks like. Best between you and her. Shabu, good. Shabu, I get his name wrong every time, but great to see you. If you grant StreamYard, if you guys go to the comments, in the top right of the post, you can literally see 3 dots. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. Just grant StreamYard so they can know who they're speaking, who we're talking to, and how we can actually guide you guys in the right direction. But this is a great guy. He's actually out of Albany, New York. He's not too far from me at all. And he's actually working with a young lady named Erin. And they got a 10 unit and a 40 unit they're currently trying to offload. So that's something that Jesse and I may potentially buy once we get all the figures together and Luke do all the underwriting. So, but yeah, good to see you here, man. And so, yeah, Tyler, good to see you as well. Carlin, keep trying. I see your comments. But more so, guys. So yeah, as Gita was just saying specifically, like when it comes to paperwork, it is extremely, extremely important. I am the person, especially coming from the corporate world, as far as the hospitality restaurant industry, I didn't think more so and paperwork was that important until I got into real estate, right? And realizing a verbal yes is not good enough. A handshake is not good enough. You really can't. I don't care what it is. If you're borrowing $1, put that on paper. You need 2 parties to sign off on that paper. Now, if you try to execute a contract where literally specifically is one individual that signed and the other party didn't, that's not a valid contract. So that we get down to the nitty gritty, but I do want to touch on something that's really fresh in my mind that just happened literally 2 days. And you guys are probably already familiar with this due to the fact that it's posted in the Creative Finance group. A gentleman, I think it was Jay or J, I can't remember his name, but a gentleman posted in the Creative Finance group literally 2 days ago, and his deal almost fell through the day of closing. To find out specifically, the title company didn't know it was a subject to transaction. That is a problem. One, I understand trying to, facilitate the transaction because you don't want to pay for a TC. Now, I do want to say a TC could have avoided that entire situation. Like our company specifically, we ensure that we vet every title company we come across. We don't just talk to the title agents or the escrow agents. We don't transparently bypass them. We want to talk to the owner of the company. We got to understand the owner of the company understands exactly what we're trying to implement and execute to the finish line. And if we can't get on the phone with the individual, we're not going to go with that title company. Same things with attorneys. If it's attorney state, we're talking to that specific attorney that's going to take charge. And also we got to ensure that his assistant, paralegal, whoever that person is, understand that what we're trying to do as well. Although although not just myself, but our team have a verbal conversation with that attorney, paralegal, whoever we have communicate with it at that law firm, we're going to follow up with an email just to ensure specifically that we all have a thorough understanding exactly how to move forward, whether that's a subject to transaction, whether that's a seller finance transaction. Hell, we got to make sure they know how to do cash transactions. like you just never know. Sometimes you do got to sometimes overly communicate just to ensure that everything is going to be getting done to the finish line. But back to the initial post that I was talking about, he didn't hire a TC. He tried to facilitate the transaction by himself. To find out the day of closing, the title company did not know it was a subject to transaction, and literally everyone was on pause due to the fact of now 2 things got to happen. They either got to cancel that transaction or transfer to another title company. Sometimes title companies won't let you transfer unless you're paying for their work already. I don't know the specific details of who the title company was more so, but we have came across, especially from our past, like there's some title companies, in order for a transfer, you need to pay that up front. All the work they did, and you want to transfer to another title company, they want their money, they want their time work back. So essentially, you got to pay for that. So little things like that won't ever happen with C3. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. But it's just little things like that. That's great for a learning experience, because we never want anyone to actually go through that at all, especially with, a deal like the sellers probably moved out. There's a lot of sellers, especially with foreclosures. They probably going on to the next destination. They probably was expecting some money. And the day of closing, they're probably thinking like, okay, things are great. I signed all the documents, and then wait, we can't officially record, or the underwriters are looking at this because specifically this is a subject to transaction. This is not assumption. This is not this. This is not that. So there's a lot of pieces that needs to be in play in order to really facilitate a true transaction. So I just wanted to touch on that, and more so, I just looked it up right here. Is you guys can go search for it. It's a great learning tool. I'm not trying to like bash him or anything like that. I think it was a great learning experience for everyone in the community. So it's Jamie. His name is Jamie in the Facebook group in Creative Finance. If you guys go look at that, take a look at that, and just more so, don't beat him up or anything like that. It's more so like, hey, look at this, see how you can learn from it and grow from it, and don't let it happen to you. Because could it happen to any one of us? 100%. 100%. So going into more so the communication aspect of it, when a lot of individuals sent like intakes to us or deals to us, we really got to understand exactly what you're trying to accomplish. Are you the end buyer? Are you trying to double close this? Like, are you trying to do a blind hub? There's a lot of different communication. That's why we have an intake. A lot of people don't like our intake form due to the fact that it's very extensive, but we need that intake form to ensure that we understand what you're trying to do, so we can put it on paper and make sure we can execute. And I so far it worked well. It worked well. So it's always a great reference versus just doing a word of mouth. I would never call somebody and say, hey, this is my deal. This is what needs to be happening, and these are the next steps. No, we have to put this on paper, right? Because we always need something to refer back to, especially with our business scaling at a higher level now. And we're averaging probably 30 to 35 minimum transactions a month as far as on the TC side. And we have to have that stuff in place. And one thing I really love about our team is just the fact of, we have SOPs, which is great, but we're still building them out as we go, because you never know what you're going to come across. A lot of companies out there, they won't change their process. We will adapt, which is great. And there's phenomenal TCs out there. There is phenomenal. Just always make sure you vet your TCs. I want you guys to vet us. I can go down the line and name some amazing TCs out there. Amazing TCs that I'm actually we're personally great friends with. It's not a competition at all. It's like literally Burger King is right. Think about it. Every Burger King, you got a McDonald's like within 5 minutes, or even across the street or something, right? So it's not. Yes, it's a friendly. Maybe for them it's a competition, but in our real estate world, for us, the sub-2 community, no, we really want to see everyone succeed, and that's what we're truly here to do. So, and I want to ask you, Angel, as far as when it comes to like the paperwork aspect of things, have you ever experienced, like before this real estate, like doing like a verbal contract, and how did that go?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we've all done that in life, whether it was with a friend or even a family member. I mean, guys, you just have to remember, anything that you do verbally, you do unconditionally. Okay, because if it's not in writing, you're not getting your payback, whatever that is. And it's never going to be enforced in court. So remember that if you're only doing a verbal contract, you're doing it unconditionally, bottom line.
Absolutely. Jesse Stanton. Look at him right here. I love him. Oh God, amazing guy. But yeah, sorry guys, you don't get the pleasure of having Jesse today. You got me. and these two young ladies. So, but yeah, Jesse, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Jesse will be back next week, guys. And then that's actually next week. We'll be announcing like the individuals who's going to be getting the free services through us. So, but no, I couldn't agree more, Angel. I think that's well said. Well said. And it just, when it comes to paperwork, you have to be very thorough. And not just paperwork going into like the contracts and all that good stuff. It's just the fact of there's a lot of very nuances that you have to know. There's literally, I know it was a time, but when I first got into real estate, I would not read the contract thoroughly. I would never read the contract. I'm like, okay, I'm just signing this and that. And then I realized, you actually really have to read every word. There's some things that may not protect you, may protect just one party or whatever that looks like. And literally specifically, like from state to state, we operate in all 50 states. Some things change from state to state, from county to county to literally it's ridiculous. And we adapted to understand exactly what they're looking for, which is phenomenal. And it's great because we're all learning. We're all learning. Yeah, absolutely.
And I just want to say this because it's really important for new people, especially ones that haven't done their first deal yet. They get really caught up in just getting that first contract, and it's exciting. And hey, I finally got this wholesaling contract here. What now? What now? They really don't understand the next steps. And do you have your B2C lockdown? Do you have your JV agreement if you're JV in lockdown? There are so many more things that come along in the deal, the paperwork that you need to take care of, and they don't even know where to go with it. Maybe they've never seen a JV agreement. Maybe they've definitely never assigned a B2C because it's the first A to B, right? So,
absolutely.
Where TCs can come in and really guide them and make sure that they don't inadvertently blow up their own deal just from not knowing the next steps.
No, I couldn't agree more. I think that's well said. And Carlin, you rock as well. Good to see you. I'm glad you changed your Facebook. We can actually see who we're talking to now. But absolutely. And just thinking about just title companies, attorneys, it's just the whole 9 yards. You don't have to talk to them. Let us talk to them. Let us have that conversation with them. Literally, I know we say it all the time, get your time back. And that's really true because essentially, like, you're worried about, like, hey, what's going on with this deal? Or, hey, did you get this paperwork? Let us do all the boring stuff, I should say, the behind the scenes. But
back and forth.
Yeah, the back and
all the emails. We will handle your 100 emails for your transaction. Like, don't worry, because Absolutely. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. And one thing we really good at is more so ensuring that we're communicating with all parties. Whether it's just they have to know, right? They really have to know. One thing about us, we like transparency. They have, especially doing a creative deal, subject to or something like that. The sellers and all parties need to understand exactly what the pros and what the cons of this deal is. I don't want to. We won't take on a client who really don't want to move forward in the aspect of not letting everyone know what's going on. And if that's the case, there's different agreements that need to be in place before moving forward. However, I know within C3, I know our current policy now that we move forward, that our ethics is all transactions, especially creative, subject to, they need to know. No ifs or buts about it. We're going to stand by that. And that's something that literally the seller, the lender, the title company, the attorney, everyone's going to know exactly what's going on. Now, we're not going to blow up your deal, right? We're going to do it in a professional manner where they have to understand exactly, hey, this is some of the things, this is what you signed. We literally walk the seller through the paperwork. We're not going to do it in a scary way, but we're going to do it in an effective manner in which they understand thoroughly. When they get to the closing table, there's no surprises, right? And that's what we don't want. So, but yeah, I just wanted to mention that as well. And I just want to touch on, it says Facebook user. It says Facebook user. Oh, go ahead, Gita. I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, I was just going to add on to what you said about the paperwork walkthrough. We do these almost daily where we are having these conversations with the sellers, and you won't believe the impact of just even having like a third party come in and walk the seller through all the paperwork, go through each line, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, everything, answer any questions that they may have. And almost 100% of the time, they sign it right then and there, just because they are comfortable. They understand the whole agreement. They understand what's going to happen. We explain the process to them. So, and they just sign it right there. DocuSign. We walk through it with them on the phone, signed, done and done. There, your deal is sealed. So just having that, as Chris said, it's that transparency and just being able to communicate with them all the nuances of the deal, what could happen, what they're signing up for, what was discussed with the buyer and whatnot, and having someone else who is not the buyer, just like a neutral party, explain it to them. It makes a world of difference.
Absolutely. Now, if you guys, I'm not for sure if I probably should have said this earlier in regards to, our website. I did post it earlier. Is info. Whatever. See, I had to think about our website. C3-TC.com. So you can always take a look at that and see exactly what other services we offer. Yes, we're talking about paperwork and the importance of communication today, but at the same time, we can offer a lot, right? Just at the same time, we want to make sure we're providing value to everyone and being a resource. And just looking at some of the things that we experienced over the last couple of months and even last year, just the things that we went through, we don't want no one else to go through it, right? So that's initially how we even developed the company in regards to not just the third mind aspect, but also the transaction coordinating aspect of C3. So, because essentially we're coming from experience, as Gita said earlier, like not just TC, but we're investors as well. So we understand exactly what needs to be in place from a land contract, from agreement for sale, bond, and deed, all these different contracts that's needed, and from state to state is different. That's why I mentioned different ones, but it's a lot of things that need to be in place in order to facilitate a transaction, especially novations. Don't half-ass a novation. You can't. It's a lot of liability in there. You don't want to be part of that. And Facebook user, the website is c3-tc.com. And I'll put it in the comments for you guys. So it's c3-tc.com. And then, yeah, just take a look at it. We're very transparent as far as our prices. We're very and all that good stuff. We actually have a lot of clients who's moving towards our, if not already did, they already moved towards our our package deals, which is going very well. So essentially, if you want to customize a package, as far as if you're doing multiple deals per month or per quarter, definitely reach out. We provide an extensive discount on those specifically. But if you're looking for one transaction or a transactional deal per se, just to try us out, that's totally fine as well. One thing about us more so, we understand in all aspects that everyone comes from different areas financially, so we do offer different things. If you can't afford or currently can't make a financial payment right then and there, we do offer payment plans. So I do want to throw that out there. So if you're getting scared about some of the prices, because one thing, we're not cheap. Like I'm going to we're not a Dollar Tree, right? We're not. So it's just we're providing a service, and it's coming from the user experience aspect, and we want to ensure that one, we're providing that service on a high level. We're not just taking a deal and they run of it, and then you won't hear from us for 2 or 3 weeks. No, we're communicating with you via email and other aspects on a daily basis, letting you know specifically what that looks like. We're reaching out to all our clients on the sometimes daily, if not. Well, literally every client is being every Friday, reaching out to them, letting them know what the pending status may look like and what the next steps look like on their specific deal. And I love this Facebook user. I wish I knew who this was, but you get what you pay for. And a lot of people will wonder why did their deal fall through? You get what you pay for. That's well said.
It's 100% true. And one thing with our team is Chris and I also oversee every transaction. While we have the deal, we have the team and everything. Like, for example, Angel may be handling your file. However, Chris and I are CC'd on every single email. We have eyes on every communication that goes through C3. So you have that value of, it's not just one person handling something, but there's at least 3 sets of eyes on everything. So we have in place our SOPs and like our checklists and everything to make sure that anything that is needed for your potential deal, we have it covered.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I just want to say more so, like, when it comes to us lenders could be key, right? So a lot of people don't understand when it comes to lending, there's a lot of different moving parts. Whether the lender is a hard money lender, whether that lender is going into second possession, third possession, fourth possession, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of different things you cannot do and you can't go around to try to implement to get your deal closed. Everything must be disclosed. There's ways you can ensure that everyone's protected, but not going through the actual process of the right way could be really, really, it could set yourself up for a really bad lawsuit. Let's just say it like that. And one thing about our company, we like to literally mitigate all the stuff we're talking to. We're not trying to scare you from like getting paperwork, but we're letting you know that's going to, especially in real estate, that's your security. You need that. That's your protection. Don't just sign your life away on a document without knowing what you're signing for, whether you're being a lender, whether you're a seller, whether you're a buyer. It works in all aspects, even a JV partner. You just never know. Like, what if you're a JV partner on a hypothetical? If I'm squatting up with Gita and I told her it was 50-50, and then literally there's a $10,000 assignment at the close of escrow, she's only getting $3,000. I'm getting $7,000 because I verbally told her we're getting 50, but that paper said 70-30. She would be pissed. She'll be pissed.
Oh yeah.
So it just is always about reading documents, right? So I'm just giving an example more so because you just don't want that ever to happen to you or be in that position. I forgot the young lady who actually specifically said this on the House of Cards. She just got, I think she got scammed out of 25 or $3,500. I forgot her name. But guys, be careful about just giving money out to people. Be careful. Vet them. Understand exactly what they're. One, make sure the deal is a deal. Two, make sure this individual actually is doing business. If they're new, maybe hop on a call, maybe hop on Zoom or ask around. That's okay. I want people to ask before they come to C3. Ask around. It's okay. I'm not going to get offended. Good things are said, bad things are said. It's just like going to anything. If I go to McDonald's, people are not going to like McDonald's. People are going to like Burger King, Wendy's, or over these other individuals. It always comes back to user experience. Now, there you are, Zach Bush. I just saw it. There you go. He's back in action. Let me try to get him on the screen. I think I did it right.
There he is.
I think I just screwed it up. There we go. There he is. He fixed it. Good to see you, man. Phenomenal individual. He's based on a PA, guys. If you guys are looking for to send deals to him, he's buying a PA. Or if you guys are looking at wholesale, I think he's wholesaling as well. He's doing it all. But yeah, definitely reach out to him. I'm not for sure if he's all a PA or just certain parts, but he's a great individual to work with. And yeah, he's phenomenal. I'm working with him as well. So, but yeah, it's just when it comes back to, just title companies, attorneys, lenders, and whoever it may be, just make sure you have an agreement in place. And a lot of people say, well, why would I need to use a TC? Why would I need to use you? You don't have to. You can go to attorney and pay 3 times more. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. It's just, we want to provide a service. We have the experience. We have the knowledge. And we're surrounded by a community who can actually help us if we don't know the answer, which is phenomenal. We're not in a predicament where we know it all, right? So I think there's phenomenal leaders in the community. I can name drop a bunch of them. Michael, Kim, Caleb, Christopher, Love, Francis, all phenomenal TCs. All of them. I know them very well. At the same time, you can choose which one resonate with you. I can't force you to say, oh, work with this person, and I won't ever tell you to. It's your discretion. Only thing I could do is from experience side of things. Only thing I could do is literally talk to you from experience from what C3 is doing. So it's just more so, yeah. Paperwork, title companies. We did a lot of vetting when it comes to title companies and attorneys. Like if you say a state, we know exactly who to go to. We know exactly what that looks like. There may be like 1 or 2 states where maybe we potentially, didn't do or that never did a transaction, and so we will source that out and have that conversation. But more so, it's not a single state. We will never spend hours trying to vet and understand this specific title company or attorney's needs and processes. So, and just want to throw this out there. I think we're up to 31 states. 31 states we have successfully closed in. 31 states. Guys, help us get to 50, please. Guys, but we do operate in all 50 states. But C3 has officially closed in 31 states. So that's phenomenal. Have we closed in other states as far as in our like real estate and investor side? 100%. But as far as C3, we're at 31 states, and I think that's phenomenal. So that's pretty neat, actually. That's pretty neat, and I'm extremely proud of where we are. So I never take that for granted.
Because I think you always miss an opportunity to really put your value out there. Again, kind of back to those. I know there's a lot of people that seek out C3 because they're in a point in their business where they are doing multiple deals and they really just want to hand that piece off. They just don't want to deal with that. They want to focus on the acquisitions and move it forward. But there's so many new people that join these groups just every month. And you guys offer education. I mean, you offer a free 15-minute consultation. And that's really good for those people who really don't know how to structure a deal yet. Maybe they've got something going, they got it under contract, but they don't really understand the best exit strategy. They're thinking one way because that's all they know is one way. But you guys take the time to kind of talk about the deal, walk through it, and maybe propose a different exit strategy that could be more profitable. So again, I think there's so much more value that's provided by C3 in terms of deal structuring, education, understanding what next steps are for somebody who hasn't done it or maybe only done 1 or 2 deals. There is a lot. There's a lot of legalities of getting a deal closed and, it going through the proper process and escrow. So for newer people, you guys just provide a phenomenal service that can make a difference, thousands of dollars worth of difference in a deal, just with the education that you provide on exit strategy and setting the deal up appropriately. So, if I was doing my first deal again, it's a no-brainer to use a transaction coordinator because you just don't have that knowledge and experience yourself that could cost you money and possibly legal issues, that can come out of that too. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there because I know that we do have a lot of newer people in the community. And if nothing else, you owe it to yourself to at least have that conversation with C3 and get some of the questions that you may have answered about your first deal. Even if you don't choose to go with us, that's a value that they provide to you all. And you should be, utilizing that.
Absolutely. And thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate you sharing that as well. And as you mentioned, like if you go to our website, c3-tc.com, if you go to appointments, you'll see literally you can book a free 15-minute consult with us. If you do have a deal and you do want a more in-depth conversation as far as underwriting, you could book the 30-minute or 60-minute. And those are paid consults. So essentially just want to mentally prepare you for that. That is a paid consult that needs to be paid up front before hopping on that Zoom. But once we are on that Zoom, we'll thoroughly have a conversation and see exactly what the details of this deal, exactly what some exit strategies you could potentially move forward, and or specifically let you know, like, hey man, or woman, I wouldn't say man, sometimes we get female queerness. We'll say, hey, maybe this is not a good deal. The numbers are not, the margins are not there. But if you want to proceed, that's totally fine. But just letting you know from our standpoint, we don't think it'll be beneficial for you. So we do let you know some of the pros and cons of your deal once you book those costs. But usually we use our 15-minute consults, the free ones, to get a thorough understanding exactly what that deal, the basics of your deal, and or just the overall C3 aspect of our process, what we do and how we can get you to the finish line, or just a little bit of guidance. Thanks, Aaron. I mean, why did I just call you Aaron? I'm sorry. Thanks, Angel, for sharing that.
Names.
Phenomenal. So guys, if you're just joining, just to let you know, guys know, if you haven't subscribed yet, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Music, we're on iHeartRadio, we're on Amazon Music. Missing about 3 of them. If you got Androids, I don't know what's called. I got an iPhone, so it's not whatever your Android stuff is. But I know we got Apple Music. We're on there as well. I think it's called Android Podcasts or something like that. But we're on all those destinations. We're currently live on Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you at, make sure you squatting up in the comments, guys. If you have any questions or concerns or anything you want to ask right now in regards to like paperwork, TC, just transaction coordinated, like all things, just let us know. We want to JV with you guys. We want to work with you guys. We want to be a service for you guys, whatever that may look like for you. And again, there's no pressure. You can book a consult and maybe don't have it though. You just probably want to get more knowledge about what we do and how we really can help. There's a lot of different things. I know we won't have time today to go through literally every aspect of it, but some of the things, if you go to the website c3-tc.com, you'll see a lot of great things that we do offer in all 50 states. Again, 31 states. Let's get us to 50, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a great year. I'm super excited about this year as far as just the transaction coordinated aspect of it. And I'm super Google podcast. Sean just said, "Oh, that's what you guys call it." I didn't know that. That's good to know. Google podcast. I will never be on there, but that's great to know. Appreciate you sharing that, man. And so I want to go back to like the free giveaway. So what we need people to do is a couple things. Gita, you want to explain what we want them to do, how we want to give out these free services to them?
Yes. So Chris and I are very excited to be able to give back. Actually, we have, I think he's mentioned that we have a lot of people who are seasoned who come to us for TCing, but also a lot of people who are new. And we 100% understand that the cost is a lot. So something we wanted to offer is to offer to TC one free transaction. And how you can enter for that is by joining House of Cards Facebook page. That's the first step. And then the second one is if you go to our website, c3-tc.com, to our intake form and give us your number, your name, enter that way, email. We do not spam you. I promise we don't. We only ever send any emails out if we are having any promotions, which is maybe once a quarter. And that's pretty much it. So don't worry, you won't get spammed, but that will be our way of communicating with you. What we'll do then at that point is you will probably receive a bounce back email after that intake form to book a call. Please feel free to reach out, book a call with Chris and myself and Angel, and we'd love to get to know you, talk to you, see if what value we can offer to you as TCs. And next week, Saturday, we're using one of those online spin the wheel things. We're going to track everybody's name with a number and then do the whole, spin the wheel, who won. And next week we will be announcing the winner of the free TC deal.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So if you guys got any questions about that, just please let us know. I'll probably be making a post in the Creative Finance group as well. But again, guys, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. And I'm actually just thinking something on the spot. I think, no, I'm not going to do that. It's going to get too crazy. I'm not going to do it. But the more so, guys, again, if you got any questions, throw them in the comments. We're here to answer whatever you have related to transaction coordinating or just all things real estate. We're here to be a resource. I know Jesse and I specifically, we're going to start going live and within the House of Cards, if not twice, if not, I think it's no more than 3 times a week. Jesse and I we'll be going live on Zooms and or StreamYard. It all depends. It'll probably be Zoom. 3 times a week, most likely like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and or a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just gotta double check. I know Carlin and Luke, they do their underwriting Zooms, and Carlin and Angel. Angel, you have your book. You guys got a lot of stuff going on. I just thought about it. I don't want to overlap with what you got going on. Angel, you want to explain a little bit about, what do you do as far as your live Zooms that you have in the community?
Yeah, we've got, right now we've currently got James and I do live seller calls on Thursday evening, 7 o'clock Eastern time. We do book club on Friday. We are, as of yesterday, I believe we're going to move to like doing every Friday, but it was every other Friday. So we'll see how that goes. But don't, keep Friday night open for the book club. Yes, Carlin confirmed we will be doing them weekly now. So Luke also does underwriting on Saturday. So you guys could have whatever day outside of Thursday, Friday, Saturday you want to take.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Shabu, I know I'm butchering your name, man. I want to say Shabu. Shabu. He said, "Can I enter?" He said, "What was it?"
Shubu.
Can I enter right now for a TC free giveaway, even if I don't have a deal right now? Yes, 100%. 100%. We want you guys to enter. We want to be able to provide that, and not just that. We really want to make sure everyone gets their deal to the finish line successfully. That is it. Carlin's saying it's been moved to 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Is that 8:30 a.m. or 8:30 p.m.?
Yeah. PM.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's PM.
Okay, good. Hey, woo. Sean says I'm going to be the first winner. First winner.
All right.
I love it. Great, guys. So initially, there's a lot of great things that's going to be happening next week. I know we don't forget to come back on the 20th. Don't forget about the 20th. We got some of almost just gave it away. We got a big announcement coming up that Jesse and I are going to announce. We're going to have 4 special guests on that specific live. We're going to be talking a lot of great things for us, different ways to get into real estate without, talking to a seller, using your money, anything. And it's pretty neat because we're working on a few different transactions right now, and it is official. So it's super excited about that. So stay tuned for that, but definitely come back next week. Jesse and I are going to be talking a lot about, well, one, we're going to be announcing who the winners are. So we probably bring, Gita and Angel back on just, for about 10 to 15 minutes to announce the winner. And then, we announce the winners and then specifically go into what the following week is. I'm super excited about May 20th. It's going to be crazy. We're going to be doing something live. People think we're crazy. We won't get canceled, right? Well, there's no cancel thing, right? So, but no, we're super excited about it. But no, we appreciate everyone being here. We really do, and more so, don't forget to visit our website is c3-tc.com. If you want to reach out to us at info@c3-tc.com, you can do that as well. That's our email. Or if I believe Gita has her phone number right on the screen. Let me get you back up there.
Please give me a call, send a text, and let's be in touch. One thing I do want to add, Chris, is on our website, c3-tc.com, we do have on our pricing sheet, if you scroll, it is quite extensive because it breaks down almost every single service that we can potentially offer. But on page 9, we do have referral services. And in our referral services for House of Cards, we do offer a $200 discount off of your TC transaction.
That's nice.
That is correct. If you are a House of Card member, yes, she is 100% right. You do get a $200 discount on your deal. Not a referral credit, but right then and there, you get that discount, which is phenomenal. So if you haven't joined the House of Cards with Chris James and Jesse Stanton, that's one way to do it. And 2, we will verify, like if you're a House of Cards student, or a House of Card member or anything like that, just please let us know. We want to make sure the House of Cards and the sub 2 students are taken care of. And I think thanks for bringing that up. I totally forgot about that. Great. So I do see this right here. Let me go back up. I think I missed it. Let me go back up. Gita, what is your link for the bookkeeping?
For the bookkeeping. I can. Where can I? So it's www. and then it's GPD. CreativeAdvisors.com. Let me see if I can edit my name and I can put it with my name.
Then can you put it in the comments so they can have it?
No, we don't.
Not
have
allowing me to comment.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
I'm sorry.
No worries. So guys, I'll get that link out to everyone. I'll definitely get that link out along with some other things, but more so, guys, don't forget to join the House of Cards with Jesse Stanton and Chris James. Well, Chris James and Jesse Stanton, and then also don't forget to subscribe to your whatever your favorite podcast is. If it's Spotify. If it's Apple Music. If it's Google Podcasts, go to there as well. But no, we're here. We'll be back May 13th, 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be announcing a few different winners, and also Carlin. We gotta, I think I was going to make an announcement for the Carlin and James today, but nope, I'll wait till Jesse get back so we can announce that together. But but great guys, Gita, Angel, you're phenomenal individuals. Oh, perfect. You just put it up there. So guys, if you see it's GPD Advisors. And okay, I thought it was all together. I'm like, what are you doing?
They have it all covered.
There you go, Sean. There you go. That's how you can reach out to her, and just made her solo, so she's all her.
Hi, everyone.
But more so specifically, feel free to reach out. Any services, anything you guys need, just let us know. We're here to be an asset and a resource for you guys. And if you guys need anything else, we're here for you. We are here for you. Gita, any final thoughts?
Final thoughts are just I hope that we were able to offer some value, offer some clarification on what is needed in terms of a transaction and the true importance of paperwork and communication. If you take anything from this past hour, I would say number one is make sure that there is transparency and you do your due diligence. And how do you do that? Is to make sure that your paperwork is covered and that you have communication outlets with everyone. If you're not comfortable doing it, that's where we step in. If you're comfortable, and even if you just don't, you don't want to spend the time doing it, you want to free that up so that you can find your next deal, then have us do that. We are here for you. Chris and I, we give out our personal selves, and that's it. We want to help. We want to make sure that every deal gets to the finish line, because personally, we know how it hurts when they fall through. So we don't want you to experience that. But thank you so much, Chris. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Angel, any final thoughts from you?
No, I just agree with Gita. I just encourage everyone to at least take the opportunity to have that conversation with C3 to see how we can help them get that deal done.
Absolutely. Guys, again, we're here to be a resource. Let us know how we can help in any way. Great to see you. You guys rock. You rock. You're the best as well. If you guys, I don't know if you guys know her or not, but she's a phenomenal individual. Great spirit. But absolutely, guys, until next time, we appreciate everyone being here, and see you then.
Thanks for listening to the House of Cards podcast with Chris James and Jesse Stanton. We hope you've enjoyed this episode and have learned something new about real estate investing. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more tips and tricks. And don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. Until next time.